Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we'll be looking at the meeting from Fairview and the Polytrack today, the 6th of November. Just before you start, a few things. Outside of Genie is not a tipping service per se. What Outside of Genie do is we do form analysis, and through the form analysis, we find outsiders that we can give to you that you can add with the numbers, your selection that you like, and thereby, should those outsiders arrive, you'll be collecting the bigger dividend. If you want to subscribe to the service, just click on subscribe now, ring the bell, and you'll get a notification every time this video is posted. Then, yesterday was a bit difficult. We're having a good run at the moment and finding winners, but yesterday the val was a bit of a nightmare. But we did still find you two winners yesterday. The one was Midnight Caller at 10-1, and the other one was Slalom Queen at 17-2. So you could still have made a bit of money backing those two outsiders. Then we are on social media. You can get us Outside of Genie, Twitter, Instagram, and our contact details 083-585-5133. Then I've got a few special offers I want to discuss with you quickly, where you can get our daily form analysis. If you sign up now till the end of November for $250, you can sign up. And I've made a video how to read the Computaform. That would be included, or you can sign up for November and December for 500 Rand. That's a 50% discount, and then get my second video, the one being how to read Computaform, and the other one how to pick a winner and find the outsider with Computaform. Or if you're not into subscriptions and you just would like to purchase the videos as a standalone, you can purchase both videos for 175, or if you just want one of them, the cost will be 100 Rand for the one video. So you can just contact me 083-585-5133. If you do subscribe, you will get our data analysis services, race by race selections, outright winner. What we do is we give you an outright winner. That is the horse that we think can win the race, and that can be any price. We have given outright winners as high as 53-1. Then we also give you recommended doubles. They come in regularly, and we have value bets that you can play. I think my value bet yesterday or the day before was like 3-1, and the horse won. So we don't give you 8-10, 7-10, or 7-20. That you can find yourself. And then also we give you trifectas and quartet selections. Sometimes they come in paying nice dividends. You can use them as is, or use some of the numbers with the numbers that you like. That's your choice. The same goes for the PE and Pick 6. I must say, I saw yesterday the val, the PA paid 48,000 Rand. I can't remember when last did I see a PA that paid 48,000 Rand, but it just showed you how difficult racing was yesterday at the val. Then, if you do subscribe, you will get via our WhatsApp group. This is a group that you will receive the selections, race by race selections, the Pick 6, the PA, trifecta quartet selections, daily value bets, best bet, and then the all to come doubles. So let's have a look at today's racing. All right, sorry, I just want to. Okay, let's go there. Preview. Yeah, before I start, I just want to mention, there's I'm dealing here with two camps. The one camp want me to do more, analyze more horses per race. The other camp want me to keep the video as short as possible. So what I do is I'm following the following path. I try to give the video around about half an hour, and I do the first horse I do, that is the horse that I pick as my outsider selection, and then the other horse, the two horses, is my outsider selections, and those are in no particular order. I apologize for that. So, and then I'll discuss one or two other horses in the race. So let's kick off with the betting on race number 1. As per normal, you just will have to wait a few seconds for this page to open up. I think today there's nice competitive racing. Yeah, some smaller fields and some little bit bigger fields, but overall we should have a good race. Maybe not a repeat of yesterday at the Val. Here in race one, we've got Catherine de Waal 3-1, Isn't It Bliss 7-2, Benzai 7-2, 11-2, Denim and Jeans, Urban Aces 8-1, 8-1, Star Ruby, Wonder Woman 14-1, and 53-1, and longer the rest. So here in this race, my first choice is number one, Denim and Jeans. This is an ex-Gauteng horse having his first run here on the poly, but it's a jackpot by Baddest Jiff. I don't think it'll be a problem. This horse ran in Gauteng, but didn't ran too bad. But last time I just ran a bit of an improved race, and 2.7 behind Hello Happiness. Now comes up a small race. Luke Ferrara's the only thing that the problem is it's drawn 14. That could be a disadvantage, but I'm sure Gentleman Jeans will give a good account of himself. My outsider selections is number two. It's also an exterior horse. I just expect this, when this horse was running in Gauteng, I was expecting it to win every, I had, I was following the horse, and he was always like 3 lengths behind, 5 lengths behind, 2 lengths behind, and now he's had 3 runs on the poly, 2 lengths, and then 9 lengths, and then 2 lengths. I'm just feeling that, at some day this horse is gonna put it together and do win a race. So strangely, both of their mares here that we're dealing with, Grimlock and Teaming, is by Badger's Drift. It's just something I just picked up just now. I see they paid 240,000 Rand for this horse. Probably never going to be able to recoup that, but yeah. I think Sean Terry just gave up on this horse. I know the horse belonged to himself. So two Urban Aces, one of my outsiders, and then my other outsider is Star Ruby, also a jackpot by Win Trust Me. This horse ran well on its debut, 2.8 lengths behind the winner. But what caught my eye was this 23 seconds 400 to finish. Third fastest, stubborn, ran on, and I'm sure can be involved today when the pictures are taken. Other horses with chances, yeah, Isn't It Bliss that has also run a few improved races, can also be involved from draw two. Definitely a horse you can't leave out. Catherine now is the favorite. Also comes from Kenilworth, is improving. Yeah, definitely Lyle Hewitson. He is currently leading the championship. So I would think Catherine in the Val is in a huge chance. So then let's move on to race number two, which is a maiden flight over 1600 meters. Here we have number two, Queen Louise 72, Miss Tornado 72, Give Me a Wish 92, number 10, Royal Shinding 11-2, Oceans 815-2, 8-1 Exxon, 8-1 Profound Wisdom, and 20-1 and longer the rest. So here my first selection being number 10, Noble Tune, and Royal Shining, a Noble Tune gelding by Trippy May. I think it's nice breeding. This horse has had 2 runs over 1200 meters, but today, and they're putting on Lyle Hewitson, which I would think will be a jockey strike. To me, that is a definite jockey strike. Although it's drawn 12, might be a bit of a disadvantage. But now today, they're putting it for the first time over 1600 meters. And I think that Royal Shining can be the business of the day. Did ran behind Fly My Flag, but I think Fly My Flag won by 8 lengths. He's running in the small future today. And then behind God of Thunder ran better. But what caught my eye on this is this 400 to finish, 23.2, 22.9. I can tell you guys, on the 1200 meters, anything under 23 is not bad. And that was only the third fastest. So I think Royal Shining will be running on stoutly, even though it's coming from Rule 12. I think Lyle Hewitson will place it nicely and bring it from behind. Um, my other selection in this race is number 14, Oceans 8. Also only had 2 runs, also only over sprint. Now to date from drawn 5, going for over the 1600 meters for the first time. And I think this Master of My Faithfully by Horse Chestnut May will definitely appreciate the longer distance. So number 14 to be included in all bets. And here we have number 7. And yeah, this horse has been running there 4 and 5. Ran his best race over a 1300 meter behind Rose Feld. And with Marco van Rensburg drawn 3, I think Profound Wisdom can be involved in the finish today. So definitely a horse you do not want to leave out of your calculations. So then let's move on to race number 3. Race number 3 is a maiden plate over 2,000 meters. And let's have a look at the betting. Number 7, Kana, 22 to 10. Just Joy, 7 to 2. Latifa's Queen, 11 to 2. 6 to 1, Chai. 6 to 1, Arians Express. Clover Club, 6 to 1. 14 to 1, Prince Angeline. And 28 to 1, and longer the rest. So here I went with the number 2 horse, which is the horse that comes from Cape Town. It's a Camelot. I mean, it's not often you see a Camelot filly horse by Camelot running in a maiden plate in PE. This horse doesn't had some not really good form in Cape Town, but it last 2 races he did improve over the longer distances. Now today going over the 2,000 meters. Look for Hardest Draw 1. It's the only horse that Marshall has got in this card. And I've got the suspicion this horse will stay behind going to a PE trainer. But Cape Town horses do have a very good record running the first time in PE, and therefore that is my choice. Then outsider selections, we're looking at number 1, Chai. Chai did improve last time out, and I would think the way this horse runs on from the back, you can see 22 seconds too far back. Try very hard. Also, Lai Hewinson on board, and I think Chai can will be running on strongly over this 2,000. The first time he's going over the distance, but looking at the breeding, elusive fought by London's Liability May, I think this horse will actually appreciate the 2,000 meters. And then my other outsider selection is number 6, which is Latifa's Queen. I think Latifa's Queen twice over by Captain Elmi. Also going to appreciate it. Drawn 4, Marco van Rensburg, Smith combination running well. Kana obviously in with a huge chance. Also going to 2,000 for the first time, but did go over 1,900 meters where it was beaten by Zama. And also elusive Fort Philly. Yeah, definitely Kana in with a huge chance. Number 9, Clover Club did improve last time. I also expected this horse to improve. Another elusive Ford. My goodness, elusive Ford can run 1, 2, 3 in this race. So definitely a horse you need to include. Then just put Portina as a Pomodoro by Flying Spur. 3 runs back behind Burn Jasper, Burn Paper. I did recommend it. Did run a better race, but then didn't run too well his last 2 runs. But maybe you want to chuck this into the back end of your quartets for Motina. So let's move on to race number 4, first leg of the Pick 6, which is a merit rate at 878 handicap class D, average merit rating 70. Here we have Finley Hill 3 to 1, Arunuyes 4 to 1, 9 to 2 Frank, King Capone 7 to 1, at the office 9 to 1, Crystal Stream 10 to 1, and 10 to 1 Moonlight Stranger 12 to 1, and longer the rest. Now, here's my first thing. Number 1, Finley Hill. As we said, it's running in a 70. There's also been campaigning in 78, 78. That find Barberton Silver too strong in 2 consecutive races. Has beaten Nijinsky's Song. Nijinsky's Song has won again twice after this. And I do feel that Finley Hill today is a reasonably good bet. Therefore, I also made it my best bet of the day. But you can make it your best bet. It is beatenable. Let's see what my outsiders is. My outsider selections is number 3, Throng. Now this horse, he keeps on coming from behind. He's always running on from behind. And today over the 2,200 meters, getting the -4. He runs on strongly. His first time on the poly here in PE, although he has been running in the poly 5 runs, 2 seconds in the third. Also ex-Terry horse, and look for this horse to be running on at the end. Do include in your calculations. And my other outsider selection is number 7, which is Crystal Stream, also ex-Joburg horse, but has been running here since June. Did win its first race after when it came here. Sorry, its second race. And then has been running constantly behind, not too far behind. Last time out, second behind Hawthorne. Coming from draw 2, definitely in with a good chance. There is a few horses. King Capone, I did recommend last time out. He won at 18-1. That was one of my outsider selections. But I think the field today may be a little bit stronger. At the office, Ice Baron has also won 2 races, but again, lesser company. But, maybe chuck into the back end of your quartets. So, one horse I'm not sure about. He is number 10, Humanitarian. Lyle Hewitson riding, but his horse is, he flashed up 2 runs ago behind Aru Junis. But yeah, and then last time out, disappointed with King Capone. But it looks to me the Jacques Stradum is in stable, is in form, and Lyle Hewitson is riding for him. So definitely a horse that you maybe want to include in your pick 6 and so on. So let's move on to the next race, which is the Betting World Bet Pinnacle Stakes over 1,600 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Rocker Lower 12-10, Sailing Ship 15-10, American Landing 4-1, 7-1, Duke of Cards, Dawnbreaker 12-1, Dubla is scratching. Yeah, I think our choice here must be number 2, number 3, Rocker Lower. He's consistent, running well. Last time out, find our a little bit too strong, but ran on. But has run this course and distance, 1 win, and the distance 2 runs, 2 wins. So Rocker Lower definitely suited to the distance, and yeah, I think definitely the horse to beat, and the horse that can give him the biggest uh, run is number 4, Sailing Ship, coming from Cape Town, but has won yet Fairview, but on the turf track, not on the poly. And yeah, has run against some decent opposition, but really runs in different races. But last time out, finished over 1,200 meters, came from behind 23 seconds, and I think that the 1,600 meters today will definitely more to this horse's liking. Double scratching a horse that you might want to keep eye out is Duke of Cards. I'm really scared for this horse. This horse has won a few nice races here, has won over the course and distance, and but on the handicapping, yeah, he's a little bit out on the weights, but unfortunately the horse does not know it. So if you can afford chucking to your bigger pick 6 selections, and let's move on to race number 6. As a merit rated 90 handicap, Class B, average merit rating 84 over 1,200 meters. And here we have number 1, free tosses, 17-10, Miss Oris 28-10, Daimi 3-1, Dolphin 11-2, 9-1, Story of My Life 14-1, and longer the rest. Here, my first selection is number 2, Daimi. Daimi has been running on well in his last few races. It is drawn 1, and I'm looking for. He nearly upset at Big Bay that day. They took a long time to separate the 2 horses, and I mean, with a bit of luck, he could have won against that. Now today, he's running in 84, and has been running in a 94 before. 88, 87, 85, and it's been running constantly well. So I think today can be dime means dead. Then outside of selection, you can look at number 4, Dolphin, already 8-year-old, but still running consistently with Lyle Hewitson on board. Definitely a huge advantage, so keep an eye out for that one. Other horses of chances, number 1, Miss Orange, also running very well and constantly can improve, can also be involved in the finish in this race, as is number 3, Tarsus, who also is running well and consistently. Um, Last time out ran third in a future race, 98. Before that, won a 72. So also not without a chance. So now we move to race number 7, where we have the Association Guineas Plate over 1400 meters. And here we have 3 old fillies. Fly My Flag 7 to 10, Saint Therese 33 to 10, 13 to 2, wherein 8 to 1 Kiss of Life, Storyland 15 to 2, and 35 and longer the rest. Now, guys, 7 to 10, I will not go and take 7 to 10. Although this horse did won its maiden by 8 lengths, we don't know if that perhaps was the blind school. I'm not sure. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe this horse has got a lot of potential. But the horse that I like is a horse with name and Storyland. Now, this is a global view. These global views are exceptionally running really well. This horse has been running here and has been good form. Then Gavin Smith sent him to Durban, and we had 3 runs, um, where the best one was the last one behind Solar Park. But that was over the 1200 meters, and I think this horse will be looking for the 1400 meters and longer. He had ran in a grade 1 behind Anything Goes. He had ran behind the ring. I don't think Storyland is without a prayer in this race. And my over the years, my thing with fillies sometimes can be difficult. They don't run the same 2 races. Not that I'm saying Fly My Flag on that one. Not that I'm saying the 7 to 10 is not the right price, but it is short in terms of 3-year-old fillies, other fillies that can improve. And but he looks to me like a good sort. I mean, not every horse wins his maiden by 8 lengths. But Mr. Piegele is still a maiden anyway. So yeah, definitely, I would think I will not bank it in my pick 6 because there are other horses with ability. Heron has been running behind Global Drummer, but I think it's not a bad horse in herself. Um, Santa Therese, I think, only had 2 runs, but which one she also won her maiden by 4 lengths, beating Joyful News. Joyful News has won again after that. Yet again is Global Drummer, which is an exceptionally good horse. So all in all, I would think this is not a race over. Even Kiss of Life, I think, can have a chance in this field, although already a long price. So be careful if you want to bank a number 1. Good luck. Otherwise, if you don't want it, then you need to go a little bit wide. Then we get to race number 8. It's an online merit rated 68 handicap class D, average merit rating 64. Now, here the betting is number 4, Perfect Pathway 22 to 10, Baltic Beat 92, latest crash 92, Up Early 92, 9 to 1, God of Thunder, a Fleet Flyer 10 to 1, Last Street 12 to 1, and 66 to 1, the Dictator. Now, to me, this race and the next race are probably the most open races on the card. And here I'm going for number 1, Latest Craze, as my selection. We're talking here about D Division 60. You look here, D64, sorry. And Latest Craze has been running well lately and has been running against like C Division 74, 74, and not being disgraced behind Mule Grundy. Nippy Sweetie won quite a few races. Norfolk Pine is not a slouch. And last time out, this was outpaced behind the Thomas Tucker. But now today, it's got the services of Lyle Hewitson from draw 2. It do seems to me that Lyle has got some good and rights for the day. My outsider section is Lazarus Tree. This horse is getting the -4. Has also been running against like 84, 89. Now down to the 64. Last time out, no extra late, but I think with the -4, it will be a different kettle of fish. Lazarus Tree, definitely upset material. The Fleet of Flyer hasn't won for a number of days, 692, but do run the odd race now and then. Duncan McKenzie is getting winners. Luke Ferraris from draw one. A Fleet of Flyer definitely needs to go into your calculations. Here's the favorite, Perfect Pathway. Last time outran second behind Bloom. Candry Preet is a 4-year-old, only had 5 runs, so there is still room for improvement. Then let's move on. Yeah, Baltic Beat did win his maiden and last time ran third behind Hidden Influence. I think over the 1400 meters can also run a forward race. God of Thunder can surprise in this company. Up early can surprise in this company. And the Dictator can even be surprised in this company because unfortunately with this trainer Katniss, it seems to me that he can sometimes win with everything. And if you can see here, this horse has been running reasonable razor behind the ranges, but the last 2 runs was really not good. But yeah, I've seen this trainer and his horses, they don't run 2 same races in a row. Here we have race number 9, which is in November, fillies and mares 64 handicap, class D, average merit rating 65. And here we have number 1, Duchess of the State, 15 to 10, 72 Red Berry, 11 to Step It Up Baby, Bridesmaid Blue 7 to 1, 9 to 1 Rain Cap, Cyber Security 12 to 1, Scratching Zama. Yeah, I fancy here number 1, Duchess of the State. Did the run well last time out. And I do feel that in this field today can be involved in a finish. Lyle Hewitson taking the ride again there. Yeah, I see Zietman has got 1 or 2 maidens in this field as well. And I feel cybersecurity can improve from her last run. Has had some nice form. There you got the Ren, Storyland all running in a future today. Grenadella that went to Durban to compete in a race there. So I think cybersecurity can be involved in a finish today. Number 6, Bridesmaid Blue, has also got some nice form in the poly, often plays, but hasn't won on the poly yet. But always ran close and close, not too far behind. Drawn 6 today, can maybe come in and surprise. Yeah, laterals form, laterals flash, also running 4 or 5 lengths behind. But the Gavin Smith horses these days, in the last 2 meetings, he's won with 50 to 1 shots in both meetings. So maybe that could be a surprise today. Laterals flash. I'm not sure what the betting is on that horse. Yeah, it's 14 to 1 again. So watch out for that. Step It Up Baby, that's one of the maidens we have. And it's carrying +1. And I would be surprised to see this horse wins today. So all in all, a reasonable meeting. I hope I could point you in the right direction for a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.